Hi everybody, my name is Stacey, and first off, excuse me if you don't understand me. I recently had surgery in my mouth, so I don't always speak clearly. I'll do my best tonight. I promised you a class with watercolor pencils, and I'm going to just show you a few little techniques that you can try on your own. A lot of you may be familiar with watercolor paints that come in the little pans of different colors, and you wet your brush and dig around in it, make puddles, and then paint. That's one way. You can also get watercolors in little tubes that are liquid, and you squeeze them out, and you do the same thing by wetting them with your brush. Or you can wet the paper and then apply the paint to the paper. There's a lot of things you can do to create watercolor. Now, I realize a lot of people are intimidated by watercolors. I mean, you shouldn't be. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of any art or any art form. Art is meant to be enjoyed. It's to be relaxing. It's calming, it's soothing, and it's fun. So don't take it too seriously. Don't try to be perfect. There's no such thing, because I paint flowers mostly. And flowers are nature, and there's nothing perfect in nature. No two look exactly alike. No, they never will be. So we're going to just do a few flowers this evening. And later in the week, I'm going to show you how to do some other techniques probably with the liquid watercolor and then even the pan. But I'm going to do the pencils tonight. Now, watercolor pencils, I have a set here. 72 colors. Okay. And wow. We won't be using red tonight. But it's a set of 72. And this set is made by a company called Arteza. That's what the package looks like. And so you can get all kinds of watercolor pencils. If you're just starting out, it doesn't matter. You can go to Walmart and pick up an inexpensive set to practice with. But as you get better or more to your liking and you want to sell your art someday, or you just want a better finish or deeper, brighter colors, then you're going to go to what they call student grade, and studio grade, and then professional grade. These claim to be studio to professional, and I'm not sure. I've used professional watercolors before, and they're not really comparable, but I really, really like these because the colors, most of which are on my floor right now, are really vibrant and beautiful. And these should be a lot of fun. You can do these anytime. They're quiet. If you want to take a road trip, sitting in the back seat of the car, all you need is a little water bottle, your brush, and these pencils and paper, and you're good to go. Normally when I paint watercolors, and most people, we paint flat on the table. But for the sake of this being a video, I'm doing it on a little easel. This is the kind of paper I use. You can get this pretty much anywhere, any arts and crafts or supply store, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I'm not pushing either of them, but that's just a general idea where you can get it. This pad actually came from Walmart. And so, I'm not going to bore you with those details, but I'm going to show you there's a couple of things that you can do with watercolor. I'm going to take my brush, and this is just a regular paintbrush. You use whatever's comfortable for you. Now, before I go further, this is not a live video. I don't do live. So the beauty of that is you can go back to this again and again, and if you don't get something, or you want to see how I did it again, or you didn't like it, or whatever, you can go back and look at it as many times as you want. And all of my videos are going to be available that way. So if you can't find it, ask someone to help you. And it will also be on my art page, which is Stacey Torres Art on Facebook, and art is capital letters. STACEYTORRESART. Okay, so I have a little glass of water here, just plain old water. I'm going to wet my brush and let that sit there for a few minutes in the water. And I'm going to do a pink flower. So I have a pink pencil. Well, no, I'm not going to use this one. It may not show up. But I'm trying to think what will show up since all the good colors are on the floor. Here's one. This is a deep pink, like a flamingo pink. It's called Flamingo Pink. So I'm going to just draw a simple flower with this. Now, I don't know if you can see. Probably not. Oh, it's such a glare. Oh, let's see if I could bring it closer. I'm using a laptop because I don't have a camera person and I can't get my phone in the right angle. So I'm just going to try to do it this way. But basically, I'm really, trust me, I'm doing the shape of a flower. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, these are just petals. How can I get you to see that? Can you see that? There you go. Right up here. Do another one. And later in the week, I'll have you guys do some acrylic. And you will be able to see those better. And maybe I can even do them outside if the weather's good. Okay. What I'm going to do is take the same pencil and just kind of lightly fill it in, color it in like you would with a normal colored pencil. See? This is so terrible. Bear with me. And another thing, you can't use regular colored pencils to do this. I used to think so, and I was always mad because it didn't work out. But they have to be watercolor pencils. And price-wise, they're about the same. They're not much different. Let's see. Coloring it in. Just don't know why I can't get this for you. And you just kind of do circles. You have no idea how hard it is to draw backwards like this. Don't try this at home. Okay, I'm going to go pretty fast so you can see what I'm trying to do. So far, this is a big fail, but you know what? I'm having fun. I hope you are too. I mean, I don't like being stuck in the house. I don't know how you guys feel, and it's just beginning. We've got some days ahead of us. So we're not biting each other, pulling each other's hair out, yelling and fussing and carrying on. I'm finding some different things that we can do. Can you see where I've colored it all in? This is what I'm going to do. Just take that wet brush that I showed you, and we're just going to lightly go over it, the water, and watch as it begins to take shape. I don't know. I think the lighting is just too bright. I tried to do this last night and the lighting was too dark. That's why I wasn't on. I have no idea what I'm doing. Backwards and upside down, it makes me quite dizzy actually. But you're getting the idea, I hope. You just basically blend the water into the pencil markings, and it becomes more opaque, which means you can't see through it like when it was just pencil. It's becoming watercolor paint. Something else you can do, that a lot of people like to do. I really don't, because I think it kind of breaks your pencils down with time, but you know, you guys do whatever makes you happy. You can take your pencil and dip it in the water, just a little bit, so it's wet, and you can go directly on top. So you can, oh, I can't believe the light is so bad. I'm going to use a darker color to show you. So this is going to be really unrealistic because I'm going to use, well, I will use a dark green so you can see how to do leaves. So this green is called forest green. Now I'm going to wet it. I'm going to wet the pencil and just, oh God, I can't see anything. I'm going to make a stem. And it's kind of scraggly looking. And I had a little leaf there. And a leaf here. And then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to that same paintbrush that suddenly is gone. Here it is. Wet the paintbrush again. And I'm going to go over what I just drew. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It would be perfect if I had it flat on the table, like normal people do. But you see how it becomes paint, and you can extend that line. You can also wet the paper. Just put some water on the paper, plain water with the brush. And take the pencil and go over it, and it becomes fluid, and you begin to get a leaf. It takes some practice, especially if you're doing it from behind the paper like a crazy person. But you know, hey, that's kind of what's happening right here. We're winging it. This time I wet the pencil again, like before. If this is hard for you, you know, if you comment and tell me, it's not going to make me feel bad at all. I just learned how to do it for the next time. I think this is just too far under the light. Let me see if I can try something different. Yeah, I think this is better. I'm so primitive. Well, we're going to try to make this leaf look like an actual leaf. And again, I'm using a wet pencil. And I'm getting the shape of it. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush. It's a different paintbrush. This has a shorter bristle. And I'm going to just wet it down and blend. I'm so sorry you can't see this better. I promise to make it up to you. Promise. If you can see what I'm doing, you're probably saying, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Why are we here? But we're just having fun. And This is something you can do quietly in your room by yourself, with friends. You can do a lot of things with these. You can make birthday cards, invitations. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking a red pencil, like a rosy red, and I'm going over the pink. And I don't know what I'm doing. You guys gotta help me. I have to find better lighting. Perhaps a camera person. Did any of you volunteer to do that? Or just give up. But you know what? I never give up on anything. No, never. I want this pencil again. Go in here. Oh. Take the wet green pencil and enhance that leaf a little more. And bring this one down. I guess I'll be up all night tonight practicing how to make this work for you guys. I don't mind. I don't mind. So what we have to remember, by me dipping these brushes and pencils into the water constantly, what do we remember to do? Wash our hands. Wash our hands again and again and again, because that's what's going to help us. It's going to help to protect us from passing germs from one person to another or getting sick. And you know what? I'm not going to do any more of this tonight because I can't get it right. But I want to show you a couple of watercolors that I did last week with these same pencils. This one I did is two birds in a tree with berries. And of course you can't see that real well either, can you? There you go. And this is on the same watercolor paper. Now keep in mind, you don't normally use watercolor on a canvas. You usually do it on paper. It's just traditional and it works best. It's easiest. And the paper accepts the paint. You want a heavy paper like watercolor paper. They do make canvas for watercolors, but I don't like them. I don't think they're that great. And here's another one I did a couple of days ago of an angel. And this angel is named Bath Cole. K-O-L. B-A-T-H, like a bath, Cole. And she is a lady angel. A lot of the angels historically were men or boys. Very few women are mentioned, but she is known as the prophet or the voice of God. And I did her with these same pencils and water and a Sharpie. And I'm going to try really hard to do this again and find a way that we can do this so that you can see clearly. And I promise I'll work on that. So you guys have a good rest of the afternoon, evening. Wash your hands and not just your fingers. Wash up to here, all the way up. And you guys have fun. Have a good evening and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.